So to build the Baobab 1, Cabrera received about $2.8 million in funding for research and development. And in their first year of production, they had a reported revenue of $1.2 million. So this suggests that they sold about 120 Baobabs at $10,000 a piece. Now, according to Forbes, it cost Cabrera about $1,000 to manufacture a prototype of the Baobab 1. So assuming that it cost a similar price to actually build the Baobab 1, their cost of production for their first year, it was about $120,000, leaving them with a profit of $1.08 million before repaying their investors. Now, the best case scenario is that Baobabs follows the trend of Organovo. So over the past 4 years, Organovo's annual revenue has increased by almost 50% per year. So if Baobabs follows this trend, by the year 2022, they'll have an annual revenue of $13.6 million, a cost of production of $1.36 million, and they'll produce 1,366 units. This compounded over the 6-year time frame will give them a total revenue of $33.67 million, cost of production of $3.74 million, and the production of 3,739 Baobab 1s, leaving them with a grand total profit of $38.88 million after repaying their investors. Now, while this is the ideal situation, there is also the opposite end of the spectrum. So given that the 3D bioprinting industry is projected to rapidly expand, it's very unlikely that the Baobab 1's demand will decrease. Therefore, the worst case scenario is that the demand will remain constant over the 6-year time frame. So as I mentioned earlier, in the first year of production, they only had $1.08 million in profit. So this still leaves them in debt by about $1.73 million. So in this model, all the figures remain constant for the 6 years. So in the year 2022, they'll still have a revenue of $1.2 million, a cost of production of $120,000, and they'll produce 120 units per year. This compounded over the 6-year time frame leaves them with a compounded revenue of $7.2 million, a production cost of $720,000, and the production of 720 Baobab 1s, leaving them with only a profit of $3.67 million after repaying their investors. Additionally, in this model, it'll still take them about another 1.5 to 2 years to completely pay off their debts. Now, while this is not the ideal situation, it's not necessarily as bad as it first sounds. For example, Organovo had a reported revenue in 2016 of $1.483 million, very similar to Baobab 1's first year of production. However, Organovo has a reported debt of $38.64 million. So even in this scenario, Baobab is still in a far more superior financial position compared to some of the competitors. Now, while both of these scenarios are plausible, the most likely case is that Baobabs will simply follow the trend of the rest of the industry. So between the years 2016 and 2022, the 3D bioprinting industry as a whole is projected to grow by about 21.7%. So if Baobabs follows this trend by the year 2022, they'll have an annual revenue of $3.4 million, a production cost of $389,000, and they'll produce 389 units annually. This compounded over the 6-year time frame will give them a total revenue of $15.14 million, a cost of production of $1.5 million, and a production of 1,511 units, giving them a total profit of $10.8 million after repaying their investors. Now, as you can tell after analyzing all this information, it's clear that it's completely economically feasible to increase the production of the Baobab 1. That being said, there are several aspects which Baobabs must address for this plan to be successful. The first are the critical success factors, and these are the critical factors that must be implemented for this plan to work. The second are the organizational risks, and these are the risks they face from their competition and how they plan to mitigate them. So there are 3 critical success factors to the Baobab 1. The first critical success factor is the BioBot 1's versatility. So as the BioBot 1 is the only printer on the market that uses an open system, it's far more user-friendly than any other printer. And by this I mean, it's easier for researchers to exchange biocompatible scaffoldings and bioinks. So this is incredibly valuable in industries such as the pharmaceutical industry, which need a high volume of different biocompatible scaffolding so they can test different tissues with different medication to see how the medication reacts. The second critical success factor is price. So selling at only $10,000 is hundreds of thousands of dollars cheaper than any other print on the market. So this now creates a whole new market that can afford this product that were previously priced out. Final critical success factor is its patented curing system. As it's the only system that prints cells with no damage at all, the BioBot 1 is likely to produce better results than any other printer, therefore making it more desirable by researchers. Now there are also some risks that BioBots faces while entering this market. The first risk they face is the competition copying their design. As I mentioned earlier, there's absolutely nothing proprietary about the off-the-shelf approach to manufacturing. Now that being said, it's a matter of when, not if, the competition mimics this design. So to mitigate this risk, BioBots must display the importance of their blue light curing system. So by the end of 2017, BioBots must complete a marketing campaign displaying the results and advancements made in 2016 using the BioBot 1, placing an emphasis on the blue light curing system and the role it played in making these advancements. Now, another way that BioBots can mitigate the risk of the competition copying their design is by selling, producing, and distributing as many BioBots 1s as possible. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the BioBot 1 sells for only $10,000. So this creates a whole new market of people that can afford this product. And it's also a relatively unique product. So it's not something that people are typically going to purchase more than once. So BioBots can saturate this brand new market with the BioBot 1 before the competition can respond. This plan is far more likely to be successful. Now, the best way for them to accomplish this is by increasing market exposure. They've already taken measures online through online advertising and through social media. However, further measures need to be taken. BioBots needs to send representatives to as many medical conferences and seminars as they can to increase market exposure as quickly as possible. As there's no way to calculate exactly how fast competition will respond to this process should be done immediately. Now, the final organizational risk which BioBots faces are the powerful partners that their competition has. For example, Organovo has partnered with powerful pharmaceutical and cosmetic companies such as Merck and L'Oreal. This guarantees business for Organovo, at least for the duration of the contract, but it also ties these companies together. So it's now in Merck and L'Oreal's best interest to see Organovo succeed, therefore adding another layer of difficulty for BioBots to dominate this market. However, companies such as Organovo have typically partnered only with pharmaceutical and cosmetic companies, leaving the medical research field relatively untapped. Now, one of the goals of BioBots is to share information within the medical field and to make as many medical advancements as humanly possible. Therefore, they should try and partner with an institute that shares a similar goal, such as the National Institute of Health. So having a powerful partner such like this will mitigate the risks of their competition also having powerful partners, but will also assist in making the medical advancements that they wish. So after analyzing all this data, it's clear that the BioBot 1 is a far more superior product compared to any other printer on the market. This, combined with the economic feasibility and the rapidly expanding industry, puts BioBots in an excellent position, and therefore they should move forward with increasing the production of the BioBot 1 over the next 6-year time frame. Thank you very much for your time. Any questions?